afternoon. It's a rare thing I get to do my videos during the week. But today, because it is voting day, for those of you that are able to go out and vote and should... Oh, this isn't good. I guess one of the cats have been playing with one of my hives. I don't like that. That lid should not be like that. And hold on, my camera is very loose. And the concerning part is there's no bees coming out of this one. So we're checking my nooks. There's still bees in there. That's nice. But they shouldn't have a big opening like that. So yeah, I'm not going to bug them too much because they are protecting what they need to. It's cold. We're going to make sure this lid gets on there. Shouldn't have moved that easily. So this hive is definitely not getting bigger right now. I'm going to find... Where's my big rock? Over there. Hold on. So I went back through my notes. This nook was actually pulled out of a swarm right before we went to the Alhambra. So that is why that one is very weak. But also, they shouldn't have been guarding a huge hole in their hive and also the lid. So hopefully feeding them, that'll get them better. I really do think it's one of our cats decided to use them as a jungle gym and jump off of it, because our cats like to be out here. I don't know why they think they want to play with the sky raisins, but you know, if they want to do that and get stung, that's on them. Hopefully would think they'd only do it once. But we're just gonna pop top, see how numbers wise everyone is, because I did not do it Sunday because I was just too tired. Numbers wise, this is the last one. I'm a little concerned. Let me see. Okay, yep, y'all are building out. Not so much on this side, but that I would be okay for you guys. So I'm happy with how you're looking. They're not taking the sugar water as much as I would hope, which is a little strange. So maybe that's because they're picking out stuff from nature, which is good. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, I did all this work to make all this food for you. You should eat it. But if they're not eating it and they're not eating it, that's a good thing. But this nook definitely needs to get with the program on that one. This one's definitely not ready. So, you know what? No, I want to see what's up with y'all. See if y'all even have a queen, because if y'all don't, I'm going to combine you with the hive next door, because if I remember correctly, you guys also, this hive did not have a lot of bees the last time I looked at it. So by now, especially with the food, I should see more bees than food. So the fact that I don't see any beetles is a nice sign. Bothersome that they don't have many bees. I mean, this is genuinely like a nook. I should have a lot more. And there's eggs. So where's your... Oh, there's your queen. She's right there in front of me. Right there. So I mean, they're attending to her, so, and this frame is built. I'll give you another couple weeks, but I'm starting to get antsy because I feel like you should be a lot farther along. All right. All right. I'm gonna give you till this weekend to start seeing some more growth. Well, maybe 2 weeks, to be fair. All right. We're gonna check this nook first, and then we're gonna check the nook box next to it. This box was was the main one I was concerned about of all my big hives, so we're gonna see how they're doing. The amount of rocks tell me when I put their hive strips in, so I have to make sure I keep those going and put those back. Now this one was a swarm I got out of a neighbor's yard. I'm trying to get them to build comb on frames versus like having to train them, because they were doing it on their own in their own way. You know, it might just be easier just to combine them with the weak hive next door. We'll see if it really is weak, because they're really not wanting to build out properly. So, and for the amount of work that they're doing, I just would rather them focus that energy on stuff that's already built, instead of me having to try to correct it all every week. So they're doing fine. At least I'm happy with them. Got little rubber bands all over my yard because of them. They're chewing the rubber bands apart, which is what they're supposed to do. Alright, so this one, like I said, was my concern. What I might do is I may just take them and put them in here if this one isn't looking the way it should. I told this one they should have looked way better than they had been, and I was concerned that they didn't have a queen. God. Hold on. I couldn't get that thing started earlier. I think I'm gonna do what I said I was gonna do. I think I'm gonna combine it. Because I don't like, if this has a mated queen, I don't like the layout I'm seeing. So that's, I think, what we're gonna do. I'm seeing far too many drones, not enough eggs for this to make me think they have a good queen. So I'm going to spend some time looking for the queen that's in here. She's not gonna stay a queen anymore. And I'm gonna combine it with this Nook that's next to them. That was actually a very good colony, or is a good colony. The amount of work that they're doing to build out. This should have taken off way more than it has. Alright. And I can see what's on that frame, so yep. Alright, they're opened up, so not bad. So alright, so this one is actually queenless. They have no evidence of a queen other than an egg here and there, which, I mean, if they do have a queen, she is not a good queen. But I don't see her, so I'd actually, like, what I'm seeing is like later stage larva, but I'm seeing a lot of drones. And what I don't want to have happen is the last little bit of brood to hatch and then a laying worker situation comes out. I've not seen tons of eggs all over, so I definitely don't think we have a laying worker. But I don't see a queen. So before they completely get too far gone and I can't fix it, I'm going to integrate them. I'm going to try to find the queen in this one as I go, and that way I can cage her and see everybody's reaction. This is probably a little rough of a combining, but I am really sure I don't have a queen in here, so I don't think we'll have a fight. But like, I have a queen that's in here ready to go, starting to lay, but the problem is her nest is or her hive is very wonky right now because it came out of a tree. And I would prefer to switch her over to something that has established frames to give her a better foundation to just start going. But she's building her workers are building very wonky, and they're overlapping. It's causing a little bit of problems, so I'd rather solve that problem. So first and foremost is to find her. Here she is. All right. So, there she is. That made this much easier, much safer. So now I want to see how she reacts, or how these bees start to react to her. If I see them stinging, we're not going to do this. But right now, her bees are talking to her. Her head's right there. They're feeding her. They're talking to her. They're getting everything. She's actually already got bees starting to fan to say, hey, this is our queen. So I think this is not bad. I don't see any movement over here swarming going, hey, this is an imposter. This is bad. In fact, all these bees are starting to spread a pheromone that says, hey, this is home. We need to come over here. None of these guys seem overly. They're actually kind of starting to fan. Not bad. There is no attacking. Instead, they're just very concerned. So, that their queen is locked up. No overly concerned fights going on. Everyone's sniffing each other. We will lose a little brood in this process, but I think that's okay. This is a frame I think I'm going to keep. I'm just going to move a rubber band around so I can get them to encourage to do this together. I'm going to smush these two together so they will hopefully start to combine. Again, I'm not seeing attacking on the queen, so I am watching her to make sure we're okay there. So I think so far we're doing okay. I am definitely going to be very picky. I'm going to throw some smoke on there to confuse everybody. I think this is going to be a good thing for them. But I'm not uncaging her, because if I do see a queen, I'm going to cage her, and she's not going to be their queen because she's not doing a job. No stinging. I think we're good. We're going to keep on trucking through. think this is definitely going to be a good thing for this colony. We'll see if they get with the program here. Yeah. What I'm hoping is by sticking these in here and there's already established, they're just going to go straight across. We're doing pretty good. So we definitely have some better frames, and I don't want to deal with too much. This one's kind of fallen into order perfectly, so we'll try this one. All right, here goes nothing. All right. hard to figure out which, yeah. Alright. I think we're gonna stick with this. Alright, this is a whole lot of bees. So there was step 1. Step 2. Alright. I think this will be okay. I don't want to release the queen just yet, because I'm wondering if it's worth the trouble. I don't think this one had. I'm wondering if it's just worth the trouble to give them back one of these that did have, and just keeping this, because there's no eggs on this one. I think it's actually better for them to have a frame that's already partially built out. Okay, made my decision. We're gonna stick with it. We're gonna go with it. All right, that was a good size colony I got. All right, moment of truth. All right, she is down below. No one's attacking her, so I think we're good. All right, let's see how they do. They should do pretty darn good now. Yep. They need a different lid. That's why that felt funny. That's better. Nope. There. Cool. All right. A little rough, but I did not want to waste any more time for that colony to show me that it really was queenless. I'm pretty sure it was queenless. So now we're just going to continue looking at everybody else. what I'm just checking for is number of bees. I can see in that one. Just want to make sure they are all built out. So we are good, which means we're going to start putting honey supers on. So this one is all built out, I think ready to go. And that also means all the food goes away, because you don't feed. That could also be why they're not taking the sugar water. They're all built out. Yep. Y'all don't stop doing this. It's so annoying. Alright, I have one ready to go, one ready to go. That's absolutely ready to go. Ooh. You're ready to go. Yep. Alright, so that's 3 ready to go. Today, really. Y'all building up there, but you can't build on this. What's wrong with y'all? Nothing really. Y'all just don't want to. This one's almost ready. I'll say almost. I gotta think about what's wrong with that one. Not anything wrong. I think it just had a later queen swarm recently. So I'm gonna let that one be. This one should be ready this weekend for a super. Still think they're ready for a super. So yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing this weekend. They do not get sugar water because they are all built out and fine. Okay, I like that. I would like more of you guys to come up over here. Good numbers. So this one I wouldn't say is quite ready for a super, but we'll check it again this weekend. Because what I would like to see is this across all of this. So we'll see. And I'm not seeing like lots of activity in here. I can kind of see through it. So just poof them so they'll go back down. Not bad. Almost out of smoke. Good. Well, not really good, but you know, it's lasting. So. All right. Alright. Y'all are just late bloomers, okay. I'll accept that. Alright. Last one. This is my other one that I think what are y'all doing over here? Are y'all doing what I need you to do over here? Yes. Okay, so you guys are also this weekend ready for a super. Alright, before y'all get too active, there you go. Alright. So, bad news is I thought I had way more hives ready to go for people than I thought. So it's a little depressing. But good news is I have 3 good candidates that I'm going to be putting supers on this weekend. So not bad at all. Everyone's got their lids back on. I'm down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16. So I have 8 that need a home because I'm trying to get down to only 8. How many big boxes do I have? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9 boxes, but one's potential not. We don't know how it's doing. That's decision time. Okay. I'm just talking to myself because I've had quite a bit of people who want my nooks this year, and so at some point I just have to say no. And I think I'm at that point. Our goal, because we really do want to do my bee yard for me this year, well, within a year, let's just say that. I keep saying that, but like, you know, we have a pond in the back that we built, we haven't used. There's lots of things going on, but at some point I want everything to match and look good and decent, and not that it looks bad now, it looks really good to me, but it's a lot to mow around. So like, if all this grass could not be grass, that would be great. But other than that, I think we're not doing so bad, but it is almost honey season, so I'm excited. I now have to clean up my mess. I hope everyone has a great rest of their week, and depending on weather, we might do another bee video on Sunday.